Hmm. Greetings from the Alabama Gulf Coast. You may not give a damn, and I certainly don't, but the movie star Harrison Ford was released from the hospital last week after recuperating 3 weeks from crashing one of his 12 airplanes. It was reported that he suffered a fractured pelvis, not a minor injury, but he was reportedly seen driving his car the day after his hospital release. If anyone can drive a car with a broken hip, it would be Indiana Jones. But this isn't Indiana Jones. This is Mr. Harrison Ford, who to date has crashed 1 airplane, 1 helicopter, and narrowly escaped another crash when he aborted a takeoff in another of his small airplanes. So, would you go up in an airplane with Mr. Harrison Ford? Better yet, would you fly on Lufthansa Airlines, which owns the budget Germanwings? You know, that airplane where the 28-year-old co-pilot flew the plane into a mountain to commit suicide and incidentally killed another 149 folks? I would fly Lufthansa tomorrow, or Germanwings, with no fear at all. For 15 years, I flew back and forth once a year through Europe en route to my job in Saudi Arabia. I always flew on the airline which had the most recent crash. I figured that airline would be busy correcting the mechanical failure to make their planes safer. It's all about this public relations shit that you're safer on an airplane than driving your vehicle. But in my vehicle, I am the pilot. The first year I flew home from Saudi for summer vacation in June of 1992, Qantas Airlines was offering a discount to New York, but I chose to fly Alitalia instead, because Alitalia, based in Rome, Italy, was the latest major European airline to have killed off passengers in a fatal jetliner crash. Only 18 months before my planned summer flight to Atlanta, Alitalia Flight 404 crashed on approach to the Zurich airport in Switzerland, killing all 46 passengers on board. After that crash, you know those crazy Italians were humping to make their airplane safer. On the other hand, Qantas Airlines, based in Sydney, Australia, was boasting in 1992 that they had never suffered a fatal jet airliner accident. Never. That was 1992, and now in 2015, Qantas can still claim no fatal jetliner crash ever. Their last fatal accident was in 1951, when I was 8 years old. But it wasn't a jetliner. It was a propeller-driven airplane. That plane crashed into the sea after the center propeller failed. I'm not about to fly Qantas. They haven't had a fatal crash since 1951. That airline is long overdue. Next week, I'm flying Lufthansa to Frankfurt. You know those Germans are giving psychiatric evaluations this week to all their pilots and co-pilots, and probably to their flight attendants as well. No more Lufthansa kamikaze pilots crashing into the mountains. And here is to your health.